Hey guys, we got another mini message for you today, and we are in Genesis chapter 30 again, and I want to look at just verse 22. It says, "Then God remembered Rachel, and God listened to her and opened her womb." So there's something really interesting happening here. This is showing, and it's something you see throughout the Old Testament and even over into the New Testament, specifically with John the Baptist and his mother Elizabeth. God opens and closes the womb over the course of history and the Bible. And we don't always understand why. This happens in our modern times. Why does God in his sovereignty choose that one family can have 15 kids and one family who desperately just wants to have one biological child doesn't? And we don't always know the answers to that. I can't tell you why God did what he did with Rachel for the period of time that he did. But he had a plan, and it's part of his sovereignty. Human life is part of God's sovereignty. And that's human life has such intrinsic and incredible value because God tells us that he formed us in the womb. He knew us before he formed us in the womb. The Bible says that he knit us together. So we are God's creation. We are made in his image. And that's why each individual has intrinsic value to their lives because they are created by God and he has a plan for each one of us. But we don't exactly know why, Rachel's situation was like it was. But I will say there's something interesting here in this when you go back and look at this verse. And it's just one simple word. It's the word listened. It says there, "Then God remembered Rachel and God listened to her." This is the first reference that we get to Rachel turning to God in this situation of her desire to have children. We see Samuel's mother, Hannah. She prayed to the point that she was so distraught that Eli the priest actually thought in 1 Samuel that she was drunk and had come to the tabernacle drunk to pray. So it was, it was passionate prayer. We see Abraham and Sarah. We see them praying. We see Abraham talking to the Lord and requesting children, but we don't ever see that out of Rachel until this moment. So was it a situation that God was simply waiting on her to turn to him, to understand his sovereignty, that he was in control? It's a great example to us that we turn to God first. See, I think Rachel here turned to God last. God's our first option, not our last option. You guys have a blessed day and remember the Lord.